For its more than 1,000 years of history, Marrakesh managed to visit the status of the capital of Morocco, to survive the heyday, oblivion, and once again become one of the main cities of the country. Power changed frequently here, and each new dynasty brought its own vision to architecture. However, a number of objects such as the Medina or the Koutoubia Mosque managed to survive to this day, and today I have collected in this travel video the 10 best places to visit in Marrakesh. First place, Medina, old part of Marrakesh. Because of the color of the walls it is called the Red City. Their height is about 10 meters and their length is about 16 kilometers. The total number of towers is more than 200. The streets are narrow, houses and other buildings are traditional for this area. Within the Medina, there is a Jamaa El Fna Square, the busiest part of the former Moroccan capital, included in the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Second place, Jamaa El Fna Square, main square of the city. She has many purposes. First of all, it is a huge souk. This is the Arabic name for the market. They sell everything on the square, from spices to antiques. Circus performances are also held here and animals are put on display. There is a stage and opportunities for mass events of any kind. The locals say that if you spend one day in Jamaa El Fna, you can learn everything about Marrakesh. Third place, Majorelle Garden. A picturesque park surrounds the house of the artist Jacques Majorelle. The master settled in Marrakesh in 1919. He was diagnosed with tuberculosis, and the local climate was suitable for treatment. In his spare time, Majorelle began to create a garden. The hobby has turned into a real passion. The artist communicated with botanists from different countries and bought exotic plants from all over the world. Even during his lifetime, the owner began to let tourists come here. Fourth place, Menara Gardens. They have existed since the 13th century. Later, an artificial lake was dug in the center. The pavilion was built in 1870. Initially, this place was a small farm. The number of olive trees exists 30,000. The fish were released into the lake. Some species jump over the water, which complement the already picturesque landscape. Picnics are allowed in the area. In the evening, the best time for photo shoots. Fifth place, Bahia Palace. It was built from the middle of the century before last for many years. Vizier Sidi Musa commissioned the project for one of his wives. He periodically bought land around, so the architect had to make changes to the plan. The palace has only one floor. The reason is the extra weight of Musa, who did not want to climb stairs. Tourists are attracted to this labyrinth building because of its unusual appearance and interior design. Sixth place, Qasr Al Badi. Construction was carried out during the life of Ahmed al-Mansur. He allocated large funds for the construction of the palace, so the best materials and expensive decorations were used. Supposedly, there were about 360 rooms inside. Mullah Ismail ordered the destruction of Qasr Al Badi when Marrakech was no longer the capital. Demolition took a total of 10 years. Only the Orange Garden and fragments of the walls have survived. Seventh place, Mosque Koutoubia, the largest mosque in the city, built in the 12th century. It is known first of all thanks to its minaret, which rises to 69 meters. Subsequently, it served as a prototype for a number of buildings, including the Rabat Tower of Hassan. The minaret is illuminated at night. The name translates as Mosque of Booksellers. In the past, books were sold on the site in front of the entrance, and the religious library was located nearby. Eighth place, Tomb of the Saadians. Sultan Ahmed al-Mansur created the tomb primarily for himself. He was buried here in 1603. Around the graves of his associates, wives, and later other representatives of the royal house are located. When the power changed, the Alawites did not dare to destroy the cemetery, but surrounded it with a wall. Nothing was known about the tomb until 1917, then it was discovered by a French expedition. Ninth place, Bani Yousef Madrasah. An Islamic educational institution was built in the 14th century. It not only retained its external appearance, but the religious life of the city is still being built around it. The madrasah got its name from the neighboring mosque. The complex covers an area of 1.7 thousand square meters. There is a large pool for ablutions in the yard. Through it, the road leads to the main prayer hall. Paths and floors are covered with marble or mosaics. Tenth place, Markets of Marrakesh. Markets from Morocco are part of the national culture. Marrakesh has been famous for them since ancient times. They are highly specialized, for example grocery, but most are universal. So Babdukala Street is filled with the smells of spices and shops with products of local craftsmen. The largest souk is Jamaa El Fna Square. It is divided into several parts, where they sell carpets or antiques.